You mentioned the number of times that the Congress has declared war, but of course there are other instances, for example, the Gulf of Tonkin resolution and resolutions before the invasion of Kuwait and before the invasion of Iraq, where Congress has authorized the president to take appropriate military action. Now, they didn't use the term declaration of war, but they did authorize the president to take military action. Why, in your view, does that comport with the constitutional requirement for the declaration of war by Congress?
Thank you very much. I appreciate that question. An answer requires a definition of declaration of war and what it entails. The last time it was used, in December of 1941, Roosevelt did not go to Congress just to get a pat on the back. Roosevelt went to Congress to nationalize an effort to defeat the Japanese. In other words, a declaration of war is a cri de coeur. It is a cry from the heart to the entire nation that we are now committed to war, and we've got to do something about it, and we've got to win. It was a national effort. It was not a couple of guys banding together to do what it is that they thought was in the national interest of the country. We have to bear a statistic in mind to understand this point. We now have an all-volunteer military. The all-volunteer military in the United States represents 0.6% of the American people. 99.4% of the American people live behind the shield provided by 0.6%. And those two worlds find themselves today with a deeper chasm between them. When you look right now at the people who are in that 0.6%, when you go from one generation to the next, you find that the sons of the fathers in the service are now joining up. The kids who never joined up aren't joining up and don't even consider it their business. The other guys will take care of our military stuff. The president will take care of it. The people up on the Hill will take care of it. It's not our business. There has become, sadly, a separation in America between the masses who are protected by a very, very small minority of the people. Now, a declaration of war would mean that the 99.4% also has to get into the act. This is not a political statement, what I'm about to make. But when George W. Bush, right after 9/11, asked the Congress for support, he was going to do what he wanted to do anyway. And because of 9/11, the American people would have been prepared to do anything that the president wanted, any president. But George W. Bush said something which was representative of the mood of the country and of its attitude toward foreign crises. He told the American people to go shopping. Some of you may remember that speech. You go shopping, and in effect, I'll take care of this problem. You guys do your thing, and I'll take care of the war with my 0.6%. That attitude is, to me, unacceptable. Because when you go to war, it should be, if not a national commitment, it should be something awfully close to it. Or else you don't go to war. Let the diplomats handle it. But if you are prepared to go to war, all of us should be involved in that effort.